Okay, so that's the past. No. All right. Well, good. So today is a special day.
Yes.
Anyway, right?
Yes. What's today? The 22nd? 23rd. 22nd? It's 6 days before my birthday. Look at that.
Do I have
My
the,
mom's birthday fine. I mean, it's Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
do I have a count?
Oh,
I'm just asking. Do I have a count?
I, ke-
Can I get
Oh, a clock.
a clock?
A
That's
clock.
what
I knew what you meant.
Hey, I thought they was going. I thought they were gonna let me just have my way tonight.
we're gonna put you on a short leash. Yeah. We're gonna put you on a short leash.
Fort Wayne love me.
When I say 7, y'all say days. Hunting for the cheese like a mouse in a maze. Been down all my life, mama thought it was a phase. Same OG, guess I'm stuck in my ways. Last night I had...
At the
no,
time,
we can't hear.
Mm-mm.
get something so we can control me.
When I say 7, y'all say days. Hunting for the cheese like a mouse in a maze. Been down on...
If I didn't say it, y'all look very nice. Welcome to Neutral Voices, the place where your voice matters. Fort Wayne.
Fort Wayne.
Hey,
Yes.
did y'all know what's the day?
Today?
Today?
Today is Founders Day for Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
All right.
The
So what?
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Fort
Fort
Wayne.
Wayne.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Doing
wonder
it
how many people
25
out there knew
years.
that. Anybody, listen, hey, tonight, guys, feel free, leave us a comment or a question so that we know you're there as we talk about our wonderful city.
Yes.
Yeah,
Fort
when
Wayne.
I say Fort Wayne, what do you guys think of? The first thing,
The first thing I think of Fort Wayne,
yes.
I think of me. I am Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne is me. Born and raised here. You know, I love everything about Fort Wayne.
Okay, now that's amazing.
Yes.
So, okay,
That's
go
the
on and own
first.
it then.
Yeah, I claim it. I claim it. I own it. I own it. Fort Wayne is mine.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
You
well,
own it? Yeah. I'm a
Okay.
Okay.
claim.
That's what's up, Stacks. That's what's up.
Okay, so Jill, when you think of Fort Wayne, first thing,
What comes to mind for me is home. My home, your home,
yes.
your home, most of your homes.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that I think of when I think of my city.
Okay.
Yeah.
E?
Run.
You know what? You will not.
No, Fort Wayne is a little peaceful place for most of the part.
So you think of peace?
Yeah, I mean peaceful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, for me, I think of family. For sure, family. You know, so
Yes.
just remembering good times in Fort Wayne, and I can't help but think about, you know, one of my first cars, and I'm driving with my Regal half vinyl.
Did you have the Dayton's on it? You had the 100
I got the sunroof, you know.
But did
down,
you have the 100 spoke
swinging.
Dayton's on it
And I'm
too?
gonna tell you, back in the day, I remember that song. Y'all remember that song Will Smith had, Summertime?
Summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm just rolling through
Sure
Memorial
enough.
Park.
Memorial Park.
What
Yeah.
y'all know about that?
Oh,
Hey,
man.
that was the best place on Sundays.
Yeah,
Right in
so when I
Pontiac
think of
Street.
Fort Wayne, I think about those days.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
those are good old days.
amazing. So as far as Fort Wayne and today being Founders Day, how old is our city?
It is 225 years of age.
Yes.
Wow. You know what's going to happen? Y'all know this is true. Some people thinking 225, that's my number.
They're gonna play it.
I wonder how many people
It's
gonna play
okay.
that
I'm
number.
not gonna play it.
They can do that. So with Fort Wayne in our growth rate, we have what, over 271,000 people?
Just short of
Yeah.
271,000.
Those are the ones that showed up to be counted.
Right. So if we be truthful, what, about 300?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we might,
we gotta
be at
somewhere there.
300,000.
We might be at
man.
Because some
Actual.
people hide from the census.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't know why,
Why?
but that's the truth, right? so with Fort Wayne, as I'm driving down all of the streets lately, I can't help but notice there's like signs now hiring everywhere,
Yes.
like all types of different places.
Yes.
So, you know, when I think about that, I'm thinking about opportunity.
Yes.
And I know, Jill, we were talking earlier, and you were talking about this being a place of
Right,
opportunity.
right. And I do believe that. I know the median age in our city is 34.5, I believe.
Mhm.
So I think we accommodate that age in terms of when you speak of driving around downtown, a lot of those condominiums, let's say people aren't ready for a family. They don't have a family. Young professionals can come to our city for opportunity, housing opportunity, job market. There's a lot of opportunity here for people.
Right.
Yes, yes. It's a good place to go.
Yeah. When you say, Clarence, you
Yes,
say a good place.
Yes.
Now, what comes to your mind when you say a good place too?
Well, Fort Wayne is a place that has a good job market. In over a few years spans, Fort Wayne has been been elected several times the most livable city of all cities in the United States. And currently, as of June 2020, it is the 43rd best place to live in the country.
Wow. Now, when you say voted most livable,
Voted most livable.
okay. Now, see, I have never heard that. So to me, I'm wondering, where do they post that, and who voted?
Right, right. Well, nobody asked me to vote, so but
Me neither. I wish can I be on the voting team of that, please?
No.
But even
Okay.
so, when we think of something, a city being livable, most of us, when we're thinking of a place that we want to live, we think of the things we just mentioned: the housing market, the job market. Is it a good place to raise a family? Opportunity. So, I mean, when we say livable, that's a pretty big deal to be voted, that many times over.
Well, when was the last time it was voted number one?
2009.
2009?
Yeah.
That's what, 11 years ago?
Wow. Yeah. So to me, the other big deal when I think about Fort Wayne is R. Nelson Snyder High School.
Why did you talk about that
Headphones
place?
in the house.
No, no,
Why
no,
did
no.
you-
Come on. You know the
Okay,
generals.
okay.
Let's
All
represent
day.
the
I'm talking
All
generals.
about-
day.
I'm talking about sports.
Oh.
I mean, what do you, and you gonna say Snyder? Come
Of course
on,
not.
man.
You know why I said that.
Well, I can't give you Fort Wayne. I'm giving Fort Wayne Rod Woodson.
Rob Wilson,
Okay. Woo!
Hall of Fame
What's
quarterback.
up, Rob? What's this?
I mean,
Yes.
I give Fort Wayne that. I can't give
Okay.
it to Snyder. I give it to Fort Wayne. But
I don't even
I mean, we
wanna
got a
know
lot
what
of
school you
we got a lot of people that's in sports. That's professional.
Yeah.
Coming out of Fort Wayne, you got the Beasley brothers for soccer.
All right.
Yes.
And you got the Smith brothers.
Say that again.
Beasley.
No. Go.
Smith.
Dismissed.
Oh, the
Okay,
Smith
you get ready to
brothers.
claim them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they
Yeah.
got a whole
They
lot of
got
cousins.
No, that name got my daddy's blood on it. Yeah.
Oh, it's written all over it.
Claim
It's
that
written
one.
all over it.
Oh, yeah, it's all over it.
Smith brothers.
I mean,
Dallas Cowboys. That's why you wearing that color tonight?
No. I'm not a
Okay,
Cowboys
all right,
fan, but let's
come on
go
now.
ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm glad you're not.
Okay.
And one of the most fascinating things I found out about Fort Wayne, the NBA was actually birthed right here in this city.
Yes.
See, now that really surprised me.
Right
because
around the corner.
I
Yeah.
Right
had
here.
never heard
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
Right.
my man Fred Zolliner.
Yeah.
Zolliner Pistons, Fort Wayne Pistons.
Yeah, we had them first.
We had them
Man,
first.
hey,
You know,
did y'all
Detroit
know
could have
that?
them now, but we
Come
had
on.
them
We had them
first.
first.
Did y'all know that?
Yes.
But Fred Zolliner sat down with the BAA and the NBL to form the NBA right here in Fort Wayne at his kitchen table on the south side of town.
Yes, sir.
So I mean, it's
That is-
that's that, yeah, on
Alexander
Alexander
Street.
Street.
To
So
me, that is so cool. So, so when we talk about sports, I mean, there's so many different avenues in our community that we can actually, go to the Mad Ants.
got the Man
we can go
Ants,
to
the
the
Tin
Tin
Caps.
Comets,
Comets.
Comets, super fun.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of sporting events. They minor league, but at one point they was the best minor league in the nation because all three teams won and their division, their sport in 1 year.
Yep.
Wow.
The Comets, the
Comets,
Mad Ants,
Mad
and
Ants,
the
and,
In the same
Tin
year.
Cats. Same year.
Amazing.
Yes.
Well, I bet y'all didn't know this. I was auditioning for the Derby.
Really?
Okay, liar.
I'm about to
Oh,
say, I'll go pay to see that one.
That was
Pay
a
to
cool
see that.
sport.
I'll
Yeah.
pay to see that. Come on, Doc.
Come on, I'm front row. I want box seats
so,
for that.
Okay, so forget about that. I was just thinking about entertainment. That's all. Entertaining my friends, my family, and entertainment, guys. When we think about Fort Wayne, what is going on in our community? What does it look like if we get on the Double Dutch bus on the south side and begin to tour nightclubs?
You stop right on Lewis Street.
Yeah.
Okay.
You won't go no
It won't
further.
work?
Oh, no, go
No,
no
because
further.
I mean,
Oh,
if you have our nightlife in this city garbage.
It ain't that bad.
I mean,
But
it's
not
well,
the best.
okay, it's not that bad, but
Okay,
it's not.
okay,
It's
okay.
not. I mean, you don't have the jazz clubs, the reggae bar, things
when
of
you
that
say
such.
that, I agree with that.
I mean, we
I
have
definitely
we don't have the variety.
We need
There's
some help
definitely
in that area.
room for improvement, but I think, as with any city, the people that are coming to town, the venues that are setting up, the big thing there is we need to support those venues. Then more venues
I mean,
will
we
come
do,
in.
we do support them, but I mean, we don't get the major venues.
Yeah.
That's
you know
true,
what I'm
but-
saying?
but,
We have to go out of town to get those.
I agree with that, but I think we have started.
Yes.
I mean, think about it. We have,
we have
the
started.
wonderful event at Macmillan Park.
Yes.
That's the family
And that's
reunion.
The family reunion.
Yeah, that's the family reunion.
Yeah, but
That don't count. That's the family reunion.
awesome. And
Yeah,
then
that
we
is
have
a great
the Clyde
event.
Theater.
The Clyde
The
Theater.
Clyde Theater.
Oh man, you can see great concerts at
Hey,
Clyde Theater.
listen, for real. When I went to the Michael Jackson event there, I thought I was in another state
Man,
Mm-hmm.
I saw George Clinton, and it was an amazing show.
because it is a wonderful venue.
It's a
So
nice
if you have
venue.
not been to that, you need to check that out.
Yes, yes,
And
and it's
that's
on the south side of town.
Okay.
It's on the south side
And
of town.
see, so the entertainment life. So we agree. We can do better.
Yes.
But when you think about, the entertainment and then spilling over into our different attractions, things that bring people to our community, think about all the festivals
Yes.
Right.
that we have.
And we got
And
100
my favorite festival is the Three Rivers Festival
Yes.
because it's multicultural and there's things going on for everybody, young, old, and that is definitely a family event.
Yes, it is.
In our community, and in addition, it brings business to our community. A lot of people travel for those festivals.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
Now, so when y'all think of festivals, which is your favorite?
Johnny Appleseed.
Johnny Appleseed second.
Johnny Appleseed.
Yes.
Johnny
Oh,
Appleseed.
You gotta go. You
But
gotta
I'm
go.
surprised it's your favorite. I don't
What
know
you mean
why
you
that's
surprised?
kinda
Why, hold
surprising
on.
to
Why
me.
would that be surprising to you?
I
I
don't
like
know.
to eat.
You
Yeah,
haven't
yeah,
had the
that's what it
dumplings
is.
then. You haven't had the dumplings.
You haven't had the apple dumplings,
don't
so
know,
you
but-
know I like to eat.
Okay.
I mean, come on now.
I know. Obviously, I do too. But so I had this other question. Before we steer away from Fort Wayne, have you guys ever heard anybody say that there's a dark cloud over this city?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
what do you think people are really saying, or what are they feeling when they say that?
Well, it depends on what side of town are you talking about? Because if you start,
Any side.
well, I mean,
Because-
if you go to on the other side of town,
hmm
it's a whole nother city.
Right.
Think about it. You go out to DuPont, you go out east. You go
DuPont
out,
is a city all by itself.
It's
basically,
getting there.
It's
It's
getting
getting
there. I mean, and I
I'm
mean,
telling you.
even out east. I mean, out west, it's the same way.
Right.
Yes.
It's a whole nother city.
Yeah.
Now,
Developing.
it's so
Yeah.
it's the development is so great out there that you feel that you're in another city. Now, when you think about this side of town, that's where the dark cloud I
I was
see
going to say, so you're trying to say the dark cloud is on one side.
is on one side because the simple fact, you think about it. If all the other Walmarts in this city look like a whole nother city, a whole nother atmosphere, and you come to this side and you go where ours at, and we was told we should be happy that we got a Taco Bell and Curves.
in
Yeah.
the food desert.
Yeah. So I mean, I look at how does that supposed to
Right.
boost up morale
Get
around
us
here, get it excited. If you
Mhm.
talking about we should be happy,
Right.
I mean, think about it. You own a business. Have the Curves and the Taco Bell did you any good?
Not yet.
Okay,
I'm
just saying.
optimistic,
I mean, you optimistic?
I am
Yeah,
being
yeah,
very
optimistic. That's a
I
good
mean,
plug
that's
right
good.
there.
I mean,
Good plug
but
right
you
there.
know
I mean,
what?
good plug.
But
Good
listen
plug.
to this. Jill?
I was just gonna say we're not gonna totally knock Taco Bell. Shout out to Taco Bell. So go
Lord.
ahead. Go ahead.
Shout out yak. I mean, shout out yak.
but you know what? What I was gonna say when you talk about the dark cloud and
I mean,
the different thing, just been on the south side. So I can get with that and I understand where you're coming from with that. But one of the things that I think about is, does it connect to the homicides in our community?
Man,
I
the
mean,
lack thereof.
Yes.
but I'm just
I'm-
saying, like in 2016, we had what 48
48
homicides
Yeah,
at
we up-
the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
And
up
then
to
here we
41.
are now.
Today, stand at 41.
Standing at 41 today.
Standing at
Yeah,
41
as of
today.
today,
Yes.
unfortunately. So now we
Unfortunately.
talking about all different ages, and then what blew my mind was that 6 female
Yeah.
were
Yes.
killed.
I mean,
between
yeah.
July
Ridiculous.
and
Crazy.
It's
October.
ridiculous.
Yes,
So
it's
so
tragic
I
out
mean,
there.
it's mind blowing. And
Fellas.
so it just make me wonder: should I be walking around in fear of these, isolated incidents or these?
I mean, I would say
What's going
always have a sense of what's going on around you.
Yes, always.
I mean,
being
always.
vigilant.
No matter
Yeah.
where you at, you could be. You feel like you in the church parking lot, and you know
Yeah.
that I'm safe at church.
Right.
No, pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay
Yeah.
attention.
Pay
Things have
attention.
changed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
things
have
I
changed.
mean, it's a
Sure.
whole nother,
Yes.
whole nother mindset.
That's
Yes,
right.
it's a
And
different
they
world
have
out there.
no regards and no respect for anything.
No,
So,
clearly,
but when
clearly.
we start thinking about these homicides and things like that, I'm wondering, what's actually the cause of it? And I can't help but, 2020 has been a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I can't help but think about, COVID. When I'm thinking about the homicides and different things.
I think, in terms of COVID, I think it has really, made issues in our city, in any city, but it didn't cause those issues. It
Right.
definitely took those issues and magnified them. For instance, when people are losing their jobs right now, they're losing their homes, they're losing people in their family to COVID, and they're losing themselves.
Yes.
They're losing
Yes,
coping
yes.
mechanisms.
Right.
There is so much loss, and that's going to lead, to the crime.
Yes.
It's a factor.
It
It's always
definitely
going to
won't
be.
help.
Yes.
Right.
Because when we start thinking about, I know me personally, so I'll just make it personal. I am a person, I like to be outside.
Right.
Right.
I
Right,
like
man,
to
I
be
can't
here,
stand
there,
to be in the
moving
house. Oh
around.
man, that's killing me.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
man,
so
I can't sit
when
down.
they quarantined us,
Oh,
man, that was hard for me
Right.
Yeah,
to
and
just stay in the house. That I know it was like that for a lot of people.
Yeah, and
So
I-
my question is, when we start thinking about that, what about people that were already dealing with mental illnesses?
yes.
And just how did they cope with?
We
dealing with
forget.
the
We
whole
often forget
COVID?
about those people. That's a really good point that you bring up. In addition to children that are in abusive situations where school is their escape or the teacher is their safety, or a woman that can go to work to escape her, her abusive husband. There are so many different things right now that people cannot get away from. Coping mechanisms, we go back to that with mental health. Somebody that already craves and needs that social aspect and it's taken away so abruptly,
Yeah, when
that's
you
an issue.
That's right. You say need. It really is.
And
a
think
need
about
for
it.
a lot of us.
Generally, in the winter, people get winter blues because, the weather changed and they're not able to get out as much. Now think of that multiplied 10 times because we were quarantined for 6-7 months almost,
Too long.
that you couldn't get out and do the things that you wanted to do.
Right.
And we're by nature a social animal. And when you cut that off, yes, that brings on different, if you have a slight depression, that can bring on a greater depression. It just exacerbates situations when you are not able to do what you are used to doing.
Right. Even people that didn't have underlying issues. I mean, it's going to cause anxiety if you don't know if you can work tomorrow, if you don't know what's going to happen if you lose your job. How can I pay my rent? So even people that weren't struggling prior mentally,
Yeah,
I would bet they're struggling now.
and
Yeah.
especially people that had family members that came down
Yeah.
with
Right.
COVID.
And
Or
they
that
had
they
lost
couldn't
it.
even
And they
bury
couldn't-
when they lost
That's what I
them.
was gonna say.
Yeah.
And so they couldn't be with them while they were
Yes,
going
yes,
through
that would be
it.
tragic.
And they
That would be
had to
tragic,
die
yes.
alone.
Yeah, I've seen that a
And
lot. I've
yeah,
seen
then
a
that
lot.
is devastating.
Right. COVID is definitely leaving, a trail behind that it's going to take us a very
Nasty
long time to
residue.
recover from.
Oh,
I agree
man.
with
Yeah.
that. I
And
agree with that.
we got to give a shout out to all the front line people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
you to see some of the things that,
Man,
I
thank you,
worked in
guys.
a nursing home for about 3 months in the midst of COVID. And to see the patients that normally get to see their loved ones, they had to sit outside, literally, and talk to them through a window.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So, I mean, it was depressing.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I looked at it like, wow, man, I couldn't even
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
Some sad times during
Yeah. It had to be.
COVID.
Yeah.
And so, so we in our city, good for us that we have some amazing places
Yes.
that people can go to if they're dealing with mental health.
Yes. Get the help.
Yes.
Get the help.
And just
Please.
the overall wellness.
Yes.
And so I also want to thank, some of the churches that stood up during COVID to feed the young people.
Right.
Because people don't realize how important school is.
Yes.
Because a lot of students read, or a lot of students, why did I say read?
Because they do read.
The cameraman is, y'all, I'm trying to read his lips. That's why.
Oh man.
And so, anyway, so I'm thinking about how exciting it is for those kids when they go to school and know
Right.
they're going to get a hot
Hot
meal.
meal.
Not just once a day, but for some of them 2 or 3 times
Right,
a
Yes,
day,
right.
even with like the study connection
Yes,
after school,
yes.
etc. So it was awesome for the churches to stand in the gap and
Yes.
feed
Yes.
those young people.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes, and that's a good thing. You know, the church is. We know that the church is there to be a part of the community, to serve the community, and we do want to, acknowledge those few. But here's the situation, and I'm not saying all, but the few, we need to be the many. Because not only just a couple can carry the load, a lot of us, and I say us because we got to understand the church is not the building. The church is all the
That's
people that
right.
make up the building.
We are
We
the
all
church.
have to get out and do our part too to help the community and be able to stand up and be part of the community. We can't just depend on one person or 2 people to do it.
That's
We
right.
need to be a full force out there trying to
love
make
that.
a difference.
I love that. When you say full force.
Yes, that's the
Person-
only way it's going to happen.
Listen, don't you say a word because I know you're thinking about the group. I'm thinking about when you say that, you made me think about the event, Our Neutral Voices.
Yes,
had.
Very powerful.
They had this past Sunday.
yes,
Talk about that for a second.
yes. Well, over this past weekend, we had a gathering of Black men of all ages, of all business, religion, of all walks of life. We had them gather right across the street here at the Youth for Christ Center. And it was a call to action for Black men. And what we're calling them to action to do is we can't depend on anybody to come up into our neighborhood to do the things that we want. So we are here to stand up and change the future. We want to
Yes.
go back and instill in the younger generations that's
Yes.
coming up. We want to give them hope. We want to give them something to look forward to. We have long past the time that we needed this call, but we had the pastors, we had business leaders, we had everybody come together and stand up.
And that
And
was
And we're going to not just talk about it. One of the pastors said, we're not going to make this a moment, but we're going to make this a
true
movement.
movement.
Wow.
So
Yes.
we're going to push that. And
Yes.
Our Neutral Voices is out there in the community.
And so Our Neutral Voices is amazing because that brings me to this amazing topic.
hmm What's that?
Neutral voice.
Where you at?
Neutral Voices.
Neutral Voices. Welcome to Neutral
He
Voices.
was so excited. He said, let me say it
Let
too.
me say it.
It's so good. You got to say it twice.
Y'all let me in. Y'all let me in on that one.
Yeah, so when I say Neutral Voices, what comes to mind?
As I said, what Neutral Voices for me, it's the movement. We're not just
I love
about
that.
talk. We're not just about show or fashion.
Right.
We are trying to be a part of this community. We're trying to be a movement
And
in
we're,
this
and
community.
we're not trying.
We're actually doing.
We're
it.
doing
We're
it.
putting it in action, and we just want to move forward. It's time out for standing still. It's time out for just talking.
Yeah.
We need movement.
Yep. So Jill,
Right.
movement over there. What you got?
I'm going to go with the root of everything as far as change, and that's love.
Okay.
When I think of Neutral Voices, when I think of us as a panel, simply put, Neutral Voices is a safe platform for relevant conversation.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, a lot of things that we talk about are going to be, relevant to everybody.
Yeah.
And the root of all that is love. We talk about sitting at the table together. We're not going to sit at the table together if we can't get to the table.
Right.
We need to care. We need to love.
That's right.
That's
Gotta-
what we are.
gotta get
That's
to
what
the
we
table.
are.
Yes, definitely. E?
Oh, I get to say something now?
You
Yeah,
too.
go ahead.
I mean, you told me to be quiet.
Hey.
I get to talk now.
Your voice matters.
My voice matter.
Yeah.
Yay! Yeah. When I think of Neutral Voices, first thing I think about is the community. I mean, we out here to bridge that gap. I mean, we are the voice that you guys give us, pretty much.
That's right.
I mean, you give us a voice, and you wanted to be known loudly. Hey, here's the
We hear
platform.
the sound
Yeah,
of
we hear
love.
the sound of love. We're
Here's
gonna
the
make the
platform to
noise.
do it. I mean, you
Wake up the village.
you could leave us a comment, a question,
Yes,
or
yes,
whatever. I mean, subscribe to our pages so you know, and let us know what you want to know, what you want to hear, what you
What you want to talk
Right,
about?
right.
want to talk
Yes.
about.
Or send questions that are uncomfortable. If you're not comfortable talking about things with your coworkers or your peers or your family, send a message to us. We will answer your question. We will discuss your questions anonymously amongst the panel. That's always an option.
That's right. And you know what? One thing I want to make sure that I say is we are here to, as you said, to bridge the gap, but to bring awareness, to educate, and to empower
Yes,
individuals.
yes,
We want to
yes.
change the mindset of the people because we understand that in order to have a stronger community, you have to have strong people.
Right.
Yes, we do.
Right.
And so, Neutral Voices, we are here for that.
Yes.
And with that being said, Jill, can you glow for us?
I can glow for you. I think that most would agree that Fort Wayne is a great place to live, with an above average quality of life. Being voted the most livable city several times over speaks volumes about our city as a whole. From the abundance of recreational opportunities for both adults and children to enjoy, the many festivals that hundreds of thousands attend annually, the housing market that continues to provide what most would call a low cost of living, Fort Wayne continues to grow, as well as remain what most would call a good place for opportunity and also a good place to raise a family. While we do appear to be moving in a forward direction in terms of growth, we cannot overlook the areas that need improvement. Areas of violence and crime continue to wreak havoc on our city, even in the midst of a nationwide and community-wide pandemic. While we all enjoy what our city has to offer, we must work diligently as a community to reduce the cloud of violence that seems at times to hang over our city. Coming together as a community and as a household to both value and preserve every single life. The true greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members. We must be the church. We must build the bridge. In every city, there is work that needs to be done. In every nation, there are wounds that need to be healed. And in every single heart, there is the power to do it. We are one people. We are one family. And when we are finally able to accept this truth, then we will be able to fulfill Dr. King's dream to build a beloved community, a nation, and a world at peace with itself.
Amen.
Awesome.
Amen.
Wow.
Wow, that was good.
Thank you. This is Neutral Voices. Thank you for hanging with us. Don't forget, click like and share.
Click, like, share.
Don't forget to go to our YouTube page
Yes,
and
yes.
subscribe.
Stay with us.
Remember, your voice matters.
And thank you for being here.